The paper crucify Charlotte County Sheriff Bill Prummell on their secrecy of who executed Jacob Taulbee. They crucified him but are hiding the name of his executioner, a Charlotte County sheriff that unloaded his whole clip into the man. Even though there was 3 of them there, they had non-lethal options, they had time. It's time to take their bullets away and replace them with rubber bullets. Same thing for the PUNTA GORDA Police Department, because Chief Tom Lewis didn't fire LEOAFFAIRS after the dog Mall for no light on his bicycle. Tom Lewis kept him on, and LEOAFFAIRS went on to execute Mary Nalden. Good morning. Sheriff's instincts are good, but misguided. When someone shoots and kills another person, the sheriff's office or the police try to quickly arrest the shooter. Then the wheels of government kick in. The suspect is booked, a report is filed, and the law enforcement agency usually issues a preliminary report. The public quickly learns the identities of the shooter and the victim. Unless the shooter is a deputy in Charlotte County. Sheriff Bill Prummell thinks Charlotte County deputies should be treated differently from other citizens when shots are fired and someone dies. That's exactly what happened a few weeks ago when a domestic situation in Englewood turned tragic. An Englewood man, who was arguing with his wife and drinking heavily, was shot and killed by a Charlotte County deputy. Jacob Taulbee came out of the woods outside his home and headed toward 3 deputies, brandishing 2 knives. He was shot 8 times by one of the deputies, and within minutes he was dead. These cases are tragic for everyone involved. The wife and child who endured the terror of the domestic situation, the deputies who faced down the suspect, and, of course, the man who lost his life, were all affected in unimaginable ways. The sheriff immediately released the name of the dead husband. Because the public knew the name of the husband, the name of the wife was known, too. But the man who shot and killed Jacob Taulbee remained a mystery to the public for days. Sheriff Prummell said he would not release the name of the deputy who shot the suspect until the deputy had a chance to decompress. It took days for the sheriff to tell the public who actually pulled the trigger and ended Taulbee's life. When contacted about why the deputies' names were being withheld, Prummell said, "It is my policy to let them decompress and get some counseling. They don't need to see their names plastered." Jim Govelis, executive editor. All over the newspaper while they are dealing with this. Deputies have a tough job and deserve a great deal of respect for the work they do. We know their jobs can sometimes turn dangerous. It is understandable that Prummell would want to protect his deputies. That is the instinct of a good person and a good boss. But law enforcement officers should be treated no differently from other citizens. The sheriff is more than the boss of the deputies. He is the sheriff for all of the people of Charlotte County. Among the many things he is responsible for is making sure the public is safe and is kept informed about crime and the details of crimes as they occur. When the sheriff withholds information, even for a seemingly good reason, the public's interest is not served. The family of the knife-wielding man did not get the same treatment. It is quite possible that they, too, could have benefited from time to decompress, but they did not have that opportunity. It turns out that the deputy who shot the man 8 times was Scott Sarver, a veteran deputy who once tasered a man who threatened to jump off the Peace River Bridge. That incident happened in 2004 while the man was threatening suicide. The would-be jumper was talking to a mental health counselor on the bridge at the time. When he reached for a cigarette, Deputy Sarver shot him with a taser, causing him to topple over the rail and into the Peace River. Prummell should be commended for trying to look out for the men and women who work for him, but he might consider treating his deputies just like he would treat you or me. If he is concerned about a deputy seeing their name in the paper or on the TV news, he could counsel them to not read the paper or watch the news for a few days. When asked about his policy, Prummell said, "No one really cares about this stuff but the media." What do you think? Jim Govelis is executive editor of the Sun newspapers. You may contact him at govelis@sunherald.com.
Hey, Sheriff, we have a question about why your office, your intelligence division, is investigating private citizens for criminal investigation that happen to be activists that are overseeing your department. Why would you have your intelligence division investigate private citizens? We have done...
For life hating so much.
Sir, we don't hate anyone. We love freedom and we love American people. And government is out of control. That's why you're seeing such a revolt nationwide. Why can't you just answer, why is Susan Edwards, your intelligence division, investigating private citizens? This should not happen.
Are you here to apply for a job?
Possibly I might be applying for a job, but that's irrelevant to my question. Why would you ask that question?
Well, enjoy the fair.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Excuse you?
Excuse me, sir.
So those of you that haven't
Wow.
been on a bike before, we're
Sheriff's
just
getting a little too pushy.
is
You
the
work
hard
for
part
us, Sheriff.
in
Just
keeping
keep that in mind. At one time we respected you, but not with that type of attitude.